Hello and welcome to another session of Star Trek Adventures Second Edition. My name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and this session is the second half of our episode Tellarite Tangles. And last time, our crew, the Kintsugi, uh, were heard a distress call that was called off very quickly. They found a transport vessel above a Tellarite colony, seemingly with warp drive down and some other systems out, and uncertain what had happened there. Lots of life signs on that ship, but none on the colony. Indications are that this was a refugee, not refugee, but essentially kind of a rescue transport operation, evacuating people from the colony because of more recent Dominion incursions in the area. A Cardassian vessel came out of warp into the system as the as you were investigating. Commander Litaal took a team and went over to the ship, the Brashlarn, to see what was going on there while there was a battle between the Kintsugi and this Cardassian ship, which the Kintsugi managed to handle very, very well, quite honestly. Aboard the Brashlarn, it was discovered that there had been some kind of dispute and mutiny, and that the settlers from the colony had taken over the back half of the ship. A variety of systems were down on the ship. A couple of people went to negotiate with the mutineers, and a couple people worked on getting systems kind of in place and repairing things. And as we left off last time, the Brashlarn is still stranded in orbit, still highly at risk, uh, and two Dominion ships have dropped out of warp in system. And we left off with that red alert hitting there right at the start of that at the end of that session. So we're taking up now kind of post-commercial break. We are going to stay on the Kintsugi. We're going to focus on that. But if people want to do bits on the Brash Alarm, we can cut over to that if we want to interlard that at any point. This is also, I will note on the meta that I definitely want to give time for Litaal to have whatever scenes he wants to have at the end of this episode for his character, since he's not going to be here with us for a while. So, Captain Vate, yes,
I just have one question, and that is, does Latal know that the Kintsugi is about to enter battle?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely, because you were in communications with the ship. So I think as soon as that happened, you would have been given a signal on that.
Well, at some point, I would like to communicate with Savari.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and we've established you took the time to establish comms, so comms are up when you want to do that moment. Captain, two Jem'Hadar ships, a Jem'Hadar attack ship, that is the smaller style ship, scale 3, and a Jem'Hadar strike ship, a larger ship, scale 4. For reference, the Kintsugi is a scale 4 vessel. Those two have dropped out of warp and are heading your way.
Uh,
Vate,
Red,
I
red
hand.
alert.
Okay, yeah, we're at red alert. What's the next step here, sir?
We need, okay, crew, we need to cover the Brash Lan. I need options. Savari, engineering, is there anything we can do to keep the Jem'Hadar's eyes on us? We could block, could we drown
Yeah.
out there?
First
Could
thing
we,
is
yeah.
we need to make them believe our warp drive is disabled, because otherwise they'll wonder why we just don't just run, why we limp away instead of running, if we want to have them chase us instead of looking around. So
Well,
we
we may
need to
need to
make
take this
them.
chase to warp, but yes. I
Yes,
did
I
actually look at
don't.
the,
I
yeah, I looked at the combat rules and you can use your warp drive in combat, which is cool. You can like
Oh,
teleport around the
cool.
map basically by
Oh,
like, you jump into warp briefly and you can move up to your engine space.
yeah.
So
Oh, the
That is where
suggestion was
our
never
advantage
to
is.
disable the warp drive. It was just to make them think that it was disabled. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that they will stay on us and not go like, why aren't they going away? Are they? Or is there anything we should need to look at? These Jem'Hadar guys, I don't think they're super stupid.
I don't want to step on Alan's wishes to have a conversation with Savari, because otherwise I'm like, we need to go calm silent and jam the system.
Litaal to Savari.
Yep.
You may already know this, Lieutenant, but when we put the Kintsugi together, the dorsal warp nacelle does not align with the main deck, with the main hull.
Oh.
So there is no internal access. You cannot access the dorsal warp nacelle through a Jeffreys tube. You have to go outside. The reason I bring this up is that it may be possible for the Kintsugi to appear to be in two places at once.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When during trials, we discovered that because of that misalignment, sometimes sensors showed a ghost warp signature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In order to avoid that causing problems, I ran a conduit down the outside of the warp nacelle, right the way
Oh, that's
round
what it's for.
to the sensor array and the main dish,
Mm-hmm.
so that the main dish knew the emissions of the warp nacelle moment by moment and could compensate for it.
Okay.
Were you to cut that connection, then it is highly possible that you will create a ghost image of the Kintsugi. So
Okay.
you could perhaps be in two places at once.
Or seem to be in two places at once, at least. Yes. Thank you, sir. That is helpful, I think. Although somebody needs to go and do that.
Litaal, you are trying to establish something retconny fictional positioning.
No, not
Litaal.
retconny at all. In the very first episode of Kintsugi, you asked us what was wrong with it. And what's wrong with it in the recording is that the alignment between the warp nacelle and the main deck is off. There is no way to access it internally. You have to go outside.
All right. I will give you that without having to establish anything in the fiction already established. Good callback.
The fans back at home are, anally going over their story by their Bible for the show, and are like, it pays off. Oh, episode 1.
That was a really long. They must have known. What I'm pitching at here is offering advisor with my focus on the nooks and crannies of the Kintsugi.
That is perfect. That is perfect. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so instead of pretending that we're not here, let's pretend we're here 2 times and confuse the Jem'Hadar with the ghost signature. Which means I would have to create that trait. I mean, Savari says something more technical, but that's what I'm thinking about.
And go outside to cut the connection.
Okay.
I'm having sensory issues here. Can you repeat that, Captain?
That's the order, right? That's the Savari make it so.
Okay.
You know?
Yes. Okay.
So let's resolve that action, and then I want to come to Vate, Ward, Litaal, and see our tactical person and see what you are doing in this situation. So right now, I'm going to have you roll. That seems like probably reason plus engineering for you, Savari.
Can I use daring plus engineering? If I cut a few corners with going out and get the thing done.
Sure.
Because I mean,
I'll increase the complication range.
Okay, do that.
Okay.
Love it.
19, 20 for complication range on that.
Okay.
Daring plus engineering.
Yep. And I don't know. It's not plasma conduits. It's not. Is it power systems though?
No, I don't think so. You're trying to create a ghost signature.
Okay.
All
right.
So 16. Let's start with that 2d20 at the 16 or less, and then we'll come to the ship's die and so on.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Yep, that's 2 successes right there.
2 successes. And why don't you roll your advisor die, which I think is reason plus
Okay.
engineering, Litaal?
Yes.
That's 11. That's 15 with a focus on nooks and
Yep.
crannies.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So roll that, Litaal.
Just
Okay.
one dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's 2 successes there. If you have a
Oh, you rolled for him?
Oh, so
Fine.
sorry, wasn't it
No,
supposed
that's
to?
fine.
So,
That's fine.
so
That's
sorry.
fine.
In that case, why don't you roll the ship's die for me, Alan?
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought you were talking to me.
Okay. So we've got 2 successes, which is enough to create a trait of essentially ghost image, which I'm going to shrink that down to 9 point. So that is on the table as a trait. You've got 3 extra successes. You could use that to create another trait. You could use that to ask for like one thing when I say another trait, I mean like we'd have be at ghost image level 2 would be the way that we could do that. That would take 2 more momentum, and then you'd have 1 left to put in the pool, or you could put all 3 in the pool, or you could spend some of that to ask questions. What do you want to do, Sabine?
I think having a double trait that gives you then 2 dice. Is that?
It gives you 2 essentially that increases or reduces the difficulty of tasks.
Oh, okay. I think I like that too.
Okay.
And then the rest can go. The last one can go into the momentum pool.
Okay. You still have 1 breach on the ship that needs to get taken care of as well. Just remind you on that, everybody.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
let's come to Vate. Who do you want to have act next, and what do you want to have them do?
I want Ward. We're going to do a flyby of the Dominion ships. We're going to get them on our tail. We're going to get them, going to lead them in a chase around the system. I want us to stay just outside of their weapons range, making it look as though they can close it with us. They think they've got 2 Starfleet ships thanks to Savari's work. That's not something they're going to be able to ignore. If they fixed onto the transport, then one of us could go back and pick off. One of our ships could pick off the other one. So what we need to do is to keep them on the hook. Yeah, I think that's the order, right? Is to maybe that is a flying. I don't know how that would work mechanically. Mechanically,
So
perhaps that's flying close and creating a trait.
well, one of the things you want to do is there is a trait on the table on my side of things that is the U.S. Brashlarn at risk. That's a trait I'm going to use against you. So what you could do is do your action to take that off the table. And
Yeah,
that would
so
kind of set us up in fictional positioning that we would take the fight away from the Brashlarn. Essentially, we take the Brashlarn off the table as a place to be threatened. Does that seem reasonable?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
I feel like yeah. I think however we do that, that's the order. You
Yeah.
know, Ward, make us look
Yeah.
like a target they can't say no to.
Okay. So I'm going to invoke the Brashlarn, its trait against this. So I'm going to make it difficulty 3, and I will go ahead and spend a threat to make that difficulty 4 for this flying maneuver ward.
okay. Um, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna maybe use my impulse minor action to actually move, and then I'll do the major action to
Oh,
destroy this
we're not
trait.
in action sequence yet. Like
Ah,
I'm
okay,
having you
sorry.
do
No.
do a thing before we go to action sequence. You're kind of
Okay,
setting the
okay,
stage here.
sure. Yeah, so in that case, I will, I don't know how I fly big or whatever, but I'm gonna, you know, damn the torpedoes straight at them kind of thing. Um, make sure they can't ignore us.
So
So,
daring
yeah,
plus con.
sure, yeah.
Okay. Helm
Um,
operations is a
Helm
focus.
operations sounds good. I don't know that navigator will have any effect. Yeah, so let's do that.
But I will give you your precision maneuvering on this.
So let me spend, I'm going to spend one momentum from the
Okay.
pool to give myself an
So
extra
that's
die.
3d20, and we'll also have the ship's die in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just roll a set so we can tell which one is the ship's die.
Okay. So we've got a crit. That's 2 successes, 3 successes right now. And what is your daring plus
If,
con?
yeah, it's 14, so the 15 is a miss as well.
Okay. So
So
you
I got to
will,
re-roll with my precision maneuvering, right?
yeah.
Okay, so let me try just to see what that looks like. Then
So
it's another two
that
successes.
that is a crit. So you will have 4 successes plus 1, 5. Shall I put that in the momentum pool?
Yeah, I guess once we get rid of that trait, um, you said difficulty 3, right? So
Plus
okay,
1 was 4.
okay. So I got one left for the momentum pool.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh, so, Alan, what is our tactical officer doing to help with the situation? You are
I
muted.
yeah, I think looking at the ship actions, um,
And we're doing this more
prepare.
abstractly now. This is like a
Oh,
setup. We'll,
okay,
we'll go
okay,
we'll go to actual like we'll move to SIP actions just after this bit. I want to give everybody a chance to like because you did some planning beforehand, so I want to give you all an opportunity to
okay,
to work
okay.
with that.
I think I want to build on the minor and major actions to create a trait as part of tactical. Because what I really want to do is to look at what we know about the Jem'Hadar ships to work out, is there a weak point? I mean, they have an incredible reputation, um, but there has to be some way to work out where the weak spot is.
So scanning these particular ships, you want to find like
Well, no, it's more about what do we have in the ship's computer about that refers to them, and where have people had success. I don't really
okay.
want to get stuck into sensors at this point.
So I think that was going to be reason plus security.
That would be an 11. Um, do I have a determination to start with? I do, don't I?
If you didn't spend it last time, then you have a determination.
Oh no, I did spend it last time. There we go. Okay. Um, is there anything I can
You can
focus
always give me a
ship's weapon?
threat.
I know, but I think 2 Jem'Hadar ships is threat enough, to be honest. So I think I'm going to try and leverage my focus on on ship's weapons.
Okay.
What have we got in other people's logs that might help?
All right. Let's have you roll.
So that's 2 dice versus 11. Hmm. Oh, would you look at that? A
Three
two and a
six
nine.
three successes then. Uh,
Yes.
so what do you want to call that trait?
I want to call that trait Jem'Hadar weak spot.
Okay. That is essentially kind of a combat trait.
Yeah,
So I'm going to let you invoke that once
fair
when we
enough.
get into here. Jem'Hadar weak spot. Ooh, I made that a compound word for some reason. All right. And Vate, before we go to like we're actually going to go to actions in a moment, what is the thing that you want to do?
Well, I think it's time for a good old-fashioned, it's do or die, Kintsugi. The people in the brass line are relying on us. I know that none of you are going to let Commander Litaal down, or he'll never let you hear the end of it. Um, so I'd like to do the rally action to try and generate some momentum for us
Sure.
beforehand and get the crew on board. Just a
Presence
mechanical
plus.
question as we
Yeah.
go. Um, for Ward's role, did our warp shadow trait help with that? in terms
Uh,
of the? Do we have to spend momentum to invoke
no,
traits? I
you
can't
don't have
remember.
to spend a momentum to invoke that. So I will give you another momentum in on that because we're kind of retconning on that, but I'll give you another momentum on that.
Yay. Rules lawyering for the
Absolutely.
win. Yes, yeah, yeah. I love this adversarial. Okay, so that was my speech to the crew. You know,
Okay.
we can do this, Kintsugi. We're outgunned, we're outnumbered, but the Brashan is counting on us, and so is Litaal.
Presence plus command,
Not my strong suit.
but three is enough to get you to the maximum momentum pool.
Nice.
All right. So you've pulled away. That warp shadow echo is drawing them off, and you have moved into position. You are away. In fact, I will go onto my little Albert Rodeo and make sure I'm going to take this little planet off, so we kind of know we are here. This is the dispensation of the relative position of vessels at this time. Further in system after the flying around with these ships, in lock on, in position, ready for combat. We are now going to go to our actual sort of action phases, action moments here. Uh, uh, Commander Vate, who wishes to go first on your side?
We're way out of range, aren't we, at the moment? So
You
we
are.
would need to close to do anything. Warp requires reserve power. You must take a prepare minor action to take this action. Uh, Attempt to control plus contest with difficulty of 1, assisted by the ship's engines plus con. If you succeed, you move the ship a number of zones equal to the ship's engine score. So our engine
I think we
score is,
used our reserve power last
Yep,
week.
you'd have to regenerate reserve power.
but we have
Engineers?
improved warp drive. Yes, so we should regenerate the what the reserve power, because actually we have an ability that lets us potentially not lose our reserve power when we use it. So we could, in theory, as long as we roll well, we could keep going to warp and keep doing things that would take the without running out of reserve power. But we need to regenerate it. So yeah,
Okay.
let's
So
regenerate the system.
so do you want to have Savari do that? Do you want to do that as a command action? What do you want to do?
Um, I will direct Savari to do that using it
Okay.
as a command action. So I will spend 1 momentum,
Okay.
and I assist them by rolling control plus command.
All right. So
So
Savari, you are going to be
Yeah.
rolling control plus engineering, and your power
Okay.
systems definitely applies a focus here.
Okay. Command control plus engineering, you said, right?
Yes.
Cool. That I like. There's a 3 and a 12.
12.
I don't
Okay.
see the dice, but
So
that
there's
is 3 successes.
3 successes, and uh Vate, you can roll as well.
that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Why are you rolling
Which
2d20? Just roll 1d20.
no, in the case of direct, I assist with 2 dice as an
Oh,
action because I spend a momentum to buy it in the first place, and I
Oh.
get to roll with both die. So
oh, oh.
it's basically super assist,
Okay.
uh,
Ooh.
which I
Uh,
think then regenerates all of the momentum that we spent, as
yep.
well as
Momentum
the
goes
reserve.
back up to 6, and I will mark the ship as having reserve power.
Cool.
Uh,
Okay.
can I spend momentum immediately?
Yes. Yeah. Do you want to go
Well,
again? Is that what you're going to do?
hmm, yes, I think
Okay.
that's what I want to do. I want us to to hold the
Right.
momentum of this for as long as possible. Could I
Okay.
keep
So,
out of curiosity? Could I keep spending momentum to keep the crew the ones acting? Like,
well, in a second, right now, as the other part of your action, you spend that momentum to keep the initiative. But
hmm
then, like, you can't hold on to that momentum. It either has to be used or go back to the pool. So some of that
yeah,
will go away. But you can keep the momentum and go and do another action right away. and be
Great.
at 6 in the pool.
Yeah, well then we'll do that. Ward, um, I think Ward, take us to warp. Let's do a flyby of the attack, the Jem'Hadar attack ship, and then we're gonna try and punch straight out of there. You know, do a flyby before the strike cruisers can get around, and then we're gonna punch across to outside of the weapon systems.
Okay.
Okay.
So we take a
So
prepare minor action. What does that look like, Ward, when you're getting that ready?
yeah, I think usually it's herd start to the left and until sunrise, but this is really precise, and so I think maybe we have um, well, a warp solution coming, being checked by some of the science station, and then once I've checked it over, I just punch it in, and I think there's an intake of breath because this is probably the first time we've done this in a tactical situation, right?
Absolutely. Let's have you make that roll from
So
warp
control plus
control plus con.
con, assisted by ship's engines plus con. Okay, so let me roll.
So
Do you want to use the trade? Can it help? The ghost shadow, the
I
shadow
don't I know I
ghost
don't think
thing?
for going to warp because right now we're just about the maneuvering.
It's the 41, so so that is two from me and one or two from the ship.
Uh, what is the ship's
On,
uh
on, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so four
So that's
successes.
4 successes. So first of all, we've got 3 sitting essentially in virtual space, momentum. Where do we want to place yourself?
So if I followed
Um,
the
Somewhere like there.
Yeah,
ooh,
you can be
perfect.
absolutely there. No problem. You can go 11 spaces. So, yes.
The reason I'm going here and not where you indicated, Will, is because this seems like it's further away, even though it's not really. Further away
Yeah,
from
I get it.
the
Yeah,
strike command vessel.
So,
that
Okay.
means we can also use our phasers, perhaps, in a full
Yeah,
salvo.
exactly.
so you've got 30 momentum. Would you like to spend one of those to have your ship go immediately rather than handing it off to the other side?
I mean, it sounds
Yes.
like a good idea to spend that now and go again. And with the other two, we could create a trait.
Yeah.
Could we do something like firing solution or broadside or something like that? I
I,
know it'll
I,
be a
I
one-off
like
combat thing.
broadside as a one-off.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so you spend a momentum and we go to our tactical Jures.
Before we do,
Yeah.
um, should we roll our die to see whether we retain our reserve power
Oh,
thanks to
yeah,
our
please
advanced
do.
warp drives? Would you
Yes.
like to do that, Ward?
No, let me do that. Just want that.
Yes. If you roll under the ship's engines, and we got slightly better than 50% chance of
Yeah.
retaining reserve power.
Reserve power
I mean,
remains.
not with a 19, I'm afraid.
Yeah, isn't it? Engines are 11, aren't they?
Engines are 11, sadly.
Oh, okay. So reserve
I'm
power
not
will
sure it's
go
any
away.
rating of the fleet that'll make a 19 a success.
Jures.
I think that I want to fine tune our phasers as a minor action, which
Okay.
gives me increased weapon damage by 1,
All right.
and then fire, making use of that trait that we created of a weak spot.
Okay. So uh fire with the phaser arrays, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. So the
Where
attack
we
difficulty is 0. because of the broadside and because of the trait you just created. Now, those are going to go away, but you've got that. So let's have you roll.
So this is control and security, I'm assuming?
I believe so.
Okay, so that's 2 dice. I have ship's weapons as a focus.
Perfect.
Spend
That
momentum,
is
live a little.
Already
that
rolled
is 1 success.
one success, which is enough to do this. So you gain a point of bonus momentum, which effectively means you have 2 momentum, which you can spend to increase the damage if you want by 1.
Yes.
Okay. So damage becomes 6. Do you want to spend any momentum from the momentum pool to increase your damage?
My damage goes up by 1 because I calibrated to start with.
Goes to 7.
Okay. No, I think I'll
Okay.
well,
All
Captain,
right.
we've got 6
Give them
in the momentum
everything.
pool. Okay,
Give them
spend
everything.
momentum.
How much momentum are you spending? For every 2, we get to increase that by 1. Right now, we're at 7 damage.
I will spend 2.
We're at
Captain?
8 damage.
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
And
Okay.
some good shots. Can we keep spending momentum to keep on top of the initiative to take another action before they can take action? Like, or do we have a limit on how much we do that?
Well, I think you have taken all your actions, right? I think
Yes, yeah.
everyone is gone.
There's no one left.
So no, you
I
can't.
see. I see. Cool. Yeah.
So that is going to do 8. We take off the resistance, which is 2. So that is going to do 6 points. So the shield's going to drop from 13 down to 7. That doesn't hit a breach on them. Now they are going to go. So each of them goes twice. First, they're going to fire their phased Polarian beam banks there.
Will ghost image help?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It will work once for each of these ships. So just to like it's gonna that's how it's gonna work, and I'm gonna let it go around for 2 turns before they get wise to it. Does that seem reasonable? So first, phaser fire on you. So right now the difficulty is 4 to hit you. So let's roll that. That is 3 successes. That is not enough. And then they will fire. Let's see. I thought Savari did the reroute power to
But
get the
we
reserve power.
Oh, was that
Yeah,
an action? I thought it just came out of our improved
yeah, but
warp drive.
I
mm,
I thought that might have taken up as my action in that round, to be honest, because that was me command directing her
Okay,
to
let
do
me
so.
roll back. Let me roll back
yeah.
if we're
Yeah.
reading it that way. We'll clear those results. If you want to spend the momentum to take Savari's action now, you can do that, and then I'll resolve them.
Because I'm
Um,
wondering if Zavari can warp us out of here.
we need to generate reserve power again. So I think I'm happy to let the results stand as they are, and then Savari gets to take her go in between the enemy
Mhm.
ships. Would
Okay.
that work?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've done my phaser fire. I still have actions from each of these ships in a moment. Essentially, Savari, what do you want to do?
I think we need our reserve power back, if I understand the situation correctly. I
Yeah,
mean, fixing the shields would also be fun, but oh, I can't do everything. I think, yeah, I'm trying to get
sure.
the reserve back.
Control
Come
plus
on,
engineering.
okay, that's a 15 with power systems, right?
Okay. Difficulty is now at 2 because it's the second time you're doing
Okay.
it in the scene.
We have a full momentum pool. I will take a die out if that's okay. And let me check if I have anything else to bring to the table. Nope. Where's
So,
the
Alan, you
thing?
spent 2, right?
I did. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I have to do that.
Okay.
We're on 3.
Okay.
Wow. Look at that roll.
Okay. So
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have
Yeah.
3 extra successes and you will
Mm-hmm.
regain the power.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
Okay.
take that momentum pool if you want back up to maximum.
Mm-hmm.
isn't that six? Isn't that
It's
five
six.
also?
It's six.
Yeah,
Five is also
engineering is five.
Okay.
my focus is yes,
So
yes. So it's
absolutely.
six.
So reserve
So I have
power is
four.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Momentum pool is refilled.
Okay, so I think I should create a trade, right? Because I've got three extra.
So 6 minus 2 is 4. And then you spent 3 to remove the pool up. So you'd have 1 left, but we haven't rolled the
Okay.
ship's die. So why don't you roll the ship's
Oh,
die?
okay. Okay. For whatever reason, I still have this thing. No, never mind. It's fine. No, the
No.
ship's die doesn't like me.
So I'm going to have them uh, go. So let's.
I can you walk me through this because our momentum pool was at five,
It
and then
was
I
it's actually at 3
Yeah,
because Alan
three.
forgot to take off
oh
2.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, but then in that case I don't have to refill the momentum pool. I could just use it to create a trade to make it easier to regenerate power in the future, right? I don't have to put the
You could
three
you
into
could do
the.
that. That would create a trait if you want. So you've
Yeah.
got 4 momentum. How much
Yep.
do you want to put into the momentum pool?
Two, and then I use the other two to create a trait that I will call expedient
Yeah.
recharge.
Okay. So basically, the next time you go to
Mm.
do that, we won't count that
Mhm.
as one of the attempts on the reserve power.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So I've got their actions. So second action, we're just going to do the little one first. Second action will be to impulse to move here, and they are going to actually probably better for them if they get into your zone. So they will move into the same zone to close, and their third action is going to be firing off their disruptor cannon. So difficulty 2, um, and I'm going to roll for that. Is that enough for that? Security is 4. Department is 3. They don't get that. Uh, I can't remember how that works. I'm going to say that the disruptor does not hit. Uh, and that is all 3 of their actions. I'm going to take the attack ship's actions now, or the strike ship's actions now. They are first ship's actions. 2 zones. And they are going to fire on you. First shot. Let's do the photon torpedoes since it's a higher difficulty. So they're rolling 2d20. They need a 4 because the first thing is affected by the ghost images. So they need 4 successes to hit you on this first one. And that is not enough. So that photon torpedo will go wide there. And then they will fire the phaser banks. So this is difficulty 2. That will hit. So that's 3 successes. So they are going to do uh, 7 points. Your ship has a resistance of 2, so you're going to take 5 points on your shields. So your shields we're at 15, they're going to go down to 10. So I will set that there. And so they both close in, photon torpedoes firing around, phasers firing around. The Dominion ship, the smaller one, did not, as one of its three actions, refresh its shields. We go to the top of the next round. Vate, who do you want to have go?
Jerez, I want you to punch a hole in that attack ship.
Aye, Captain. So same as before.
If you took the minor action of we have
Targeting
fast
solution.
targeting systems. You may gain both benefits, reroll a d20 on the
Oh,
next attack, and choose a system hit by the attack. So you could choose to take out a specific system, such as their engines or their
I
weapons
could.
or something like that.
Thank you for that reminder. So fast out, we'll use the targeting. Right, okay then. So we'll use the targeting solution, which doesn't do more harm, but it allows me to re-roll successes. On the next attack against the vessel, either re-roll a d20 on the task or choose which of the target systems are hit. Well, I can get that anyway.
Get
Yes, I
that,
see.
get them both.
Yeah, okay. So this is control and security, which is 14, 2 dice.
Okay.
What's the momentum position? I will spend a momentum.
So momentum goes to 4, I believe.
I've made that change this time. And I still have a weak spot to aim at.
We used that up on that last one.
Okay, okay. So just straightforward 3 dice.
3d20, difficulty 2.
That is 1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes.
Oh, hang on. What's that reroll? Hang on a second. Let me just check that. On the next attack against that vessel, either reroll a d20. So I will choose which target. If we get through, I can
You
choose
can
the
also
target.
re-roll if you want.
I will. I will re-roll that 12.
Absolutely.
It's a success, Alan, right?
Yeah. No!
So just 2 successes, so just enough.
Hubris! Hubris!
Hubris.
Yes.
But is there a ship's die?
Yeah, actually, you should roll the ship's die too. Thank you. So that's weapons plus security is an 11 or less.
5 is success,
So
but
you
not
got
critical.
1 momentum right now. You could
Yeah.
spend a momentum from the momentum pool to increase your damage by 1 if you wanted.
Damage up.
Okay, so spend 1 from the pool. So damage is increased by 1. So that's going to be damage 6 on them.
Mhm.
Actually, no, you don't have to spend it because you get the bonus momentum from the versatile. So right,
So I spent. So I can put that momentum back where it was.
yes.
Okay.
And so then we go to that. We've got 6 damage on it on the Jem'Hadar ship. Resistance 2. So they're going to take 4 points. Their shields are going to go to 3, but that is enough to hit 2 breaches.
Oh,
And we get to choose which system
choose where.
was
You
hit.
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So I think that I want them dead in space so we can warp away and not worry about them. So I think I want 2 breaches to engines.
2 breaches to engines. Okay. They will have to
That is their
repair.
weak spot.
Pardon?
That is their
Yeah,
weak spot.
I think so. So we will see that cut through, and definitely we'll see explosions in the Dimension engine room go off at that point. Uh, Vate, do you want to spend momentum to go again?
Yes, Ward, get us out of here.
Aye, sir. I guess it's another warp action. We have reserve power. I have to prepare. So control blocks a con with the ship. It's time. That is 5 successes.
5 successes. So difficulty was 1. So you've
1.
got 4 momentum, or you can spend for traits.
I will. I mean, can I put something in like infuriating?
That seems reasonable here.
maybe they're not making the wisest choices from now on. And then I'll put the other two into the momentum pool back to
Okay.
6.
All right.
And I put ourselves on the opposite side of the grid again.
Vate, do you want to go?
Um, no,
Or
I think I'm happy to let them close with us now that we've built some distance between us, so they
okay.
can take their turns.
I'm going to take first the Jem'Hadar's attack ship action. So they are going to immediately engage in difficulty 2. That presence plus engineering. Presence plus engineering. So that the Jem'Hadar ship. So let's see. Engine plus engineering is that. So 10. We will roll. I don't want them taken off the table, so let's take that down to a 3. We'll roll 3d20. So they will repair one of those breaches as their action there. And then the Jem'Hadar strike ship is going to do that, which ship action to do that, control plus engineering becomes that, command plus engineering. Ooh, okay. Well, 2 successes plus a complication. So it is going to take the Jem'Hadar strike ship 2 actions to get the reserve power that they need to warp to follow you. So their first action is rerouting power, and then their second action is going to be rerouting power. We're back to your side, Vate.
Savari, let's get those shields back up.
Yeah. Let me see what I can do there.
Sorry,
Shields,
just
shields.
a point before we do that. We
Mhm.
forgot to test for the reserve power
Oh,
of
yeah.
the warp.
So someone could roll me a d20.
Does the trade I created help, or does that
It's going to help if you have to
okay, if
redo
I
it.
have to fix
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But roll if you
Rolled
get an 11 or less.
Mhm.
A 12.
No. So now, if you want, you could burn that trait that you created to get that reserve power back. I would let you use that rather than using it towards reducing the difficulty of the reroute, and then you could
Yeah.
reroute the shields. Okay.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Okay. So you're going to spend that reserve power. Roll me a d20 to see if it comes back right away again.
Oh, okay. And that's me, right?
Yep.
Okay. I need to roll low.
Yes.
I always need to roll low.
That
So I
is
rolled a 20.
that is a complication.
I know.
So I think that I'm going to put a trait of power conduit overload on the table. But can you have you reroute the or redo the shields now, which is control plus engineering difficulty 2.
Okay. See about that. And that's characters. I don't have a focus helping me, but it's still control plus engineering, right?
Oh yeah.
15. Okay. 15.5. Damn it. That's 1 success. And
Okay.
there is the other 20.
So 1 success, and then can you roll with the ship's structure plus engineering?
How much? Tell me how many dice I'm supposed to roll here.
Oh, sorry.
Please.
Roll me 1d20, and you need a 10 or
Okay.
less.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Maybe you should let me roll.
So what do you think goes wrong with the shield regeneration? What do we see on screen?
I think, yeah, because we've taken damage before, right? And that was repaired, but it was more of a stopgap, right? So I think something failed there. Something exploded, and then the ship starts shaking around, and then we try to reroute the power, and that didn't work so well. And then yeah, well, then everything starts like kind of going out, losing power, just
Hmm.
like a huge power sink. For a minute, it comes back up, but yeah, well,
Yeah, and we see the shields flicker. Plus, you've also got those new shield systems that you installed last time. You're still getting used to working with those. I am going to take that complication just to put a threat in my threat pool to make that simple. Uh, Captain, I'm going to go unless you want to spend a momentum.
No, you go, and then we'll just take our turn
Um,
normally on the
just
next one. Yeah?
just I could modulate the shields to give us some more resistance because if they're going to warp after us, they could drop on top of us and we'd be very
You
exposed.
don't have to do that by spending momentum right now because they're going to go and none of them are going to be able to warp over to you yet.
Oh,
So
right.
if you want
Okay.
to hold
Sorry. I
off
thought
on
this
that.
was this time. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, so Jem'Hadar strike ship is still getting its reserve power together. Jem'Hadar attack ship is going to try to modulate their shields to restore. Oh, and they do not. They do not get anything restored on their shields on that action. Back to you. I've got one action left for each ship. One of them has reserve power and is probably going to warp over to you on their action. Captain?
Hmm. Um, what we know the Dominion ships to modulate does the ship's resistance is helping us with the Dominion, isn't it? I can't remember if I read somewhere that they have weapons that penetrate resistance.
They reduce your resistance by half. I
Okay,
didn't
so
take
it's
that
still worth
into
having.
account. I didn't take that into account last time.
Well, lucky us. You know, the scriptwriters didn't either, right?
Yep.
Uh, modulate. I guess that seems like a good plan, Jurez. Modulate the shields. There.
Will do. Um, you try to tune your shields to resist enemy attacks. Then until your next turn, increase the resistance of your ship by 2. So it doesn't tell me what I have to roll.
I think that's not a rolled action.
Oh, right. Okay.
I
Then
think you
it
take
just
the
takes up my
action, and I
time.
think, like, what does that look like?
Oh, I think that is me going from the central, weapons console to one of the subsidiary panels at the side of the ship, and desperately, moving some stuff about in order to try and modulate for those Polaron weapons.
Perfect.
Do you want to? We got 6 momentum. They're about to come at us, right? We could spend 2 momentum immediately to create a trait, right? Is that possible? Can you do that? Is that a thing that you
Yes.
can do? So
Oh,
if it occurs to me, maybe Jurez is shunting that power conduit overload into the shield modulators, so we have a temporary trait of like, supercharged, super modulate. You know what I mean? Like a one-off
yeah.
sort of next
Perfect
attack will.
modulation.
Yes, perfect modulation. That's what Vate says as he looks over at Jurez. Perfect modulation, Jurez.
And I've spent the 2 this time.
Okay, perfect modulation is up. Jem'Hadar attack ship increases their shields. Strike ship is going to attempt the warp over to you. That is control plus con. They do not. They do not get over to you. They do not, in fact, get set there. Uh, you have one more action. Who hasn't gone on your turn, Vate?
Me, I suppose.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Um, what can I do? I can direct someone to do something, I suppose, and
Yep.
they would go on mine. Um, are we going to lose the the modulated shields though at the start of the next round? It feels
You
like a
are
waste.
No,
Yeah.
it's until I go next.
until he
Oh,
goes
until
next.
you
Yeah.
go. Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
as long
Cool.
as you arrange for me to fire after they shoot us, that's fine,
Yes.
Captain.
Yes. Yeah. Then, why don't we direct what could Savari do here? I feel like Savari's the one who could do something good here with it. Uh,
Shields again, perhaps.
Okay.
Shields
Shields
or
again,
the
yes.
shields or the we could try to get the reserve power back up,
Let's try to get the reserve power back up.
right?
I will
Because
spend. Yeah, we need it for our tactic of running away every time we we get into trouble,
yes,
don't we?
yes, I think that's a good idea. So I need to roll control with
So it's control plus
engineering,
engineering.
and my focus of power system applies, and I will still take another die from the momentum pool
And you
because
get an
that
assist from
has
me as well
Yeah.
because it's a direct
okay.
action. Yeah,
So I'm rolling 4 dice, or do you roll your assist yourself?
I'll roll my two.
Yeah.
You roll yours
Okay,
first.
So let's have
okay,
you first, Savari, roll your two
okay.
dice for your regular, and then one
Three
die.
plus the moment. Or should I
And
roll? I
are you
oh, I need to roll the momentum separately, right? Yes.
the ship's die
Sorry.
separately?
And the momentum. Do I roll that with my dice?
You roll that with your dice.
Okay, and the ship's die. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, there's a lot of
So
dice.
one, two,
The
three, four, five,
5.
six. Looks like
Six.
six successes to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
well.
Well,
so
I'll roll mine as well because we
Mhm.
could end up with 8 successes here, couldn't we?
okay,
Can't hurt.
just roll one.
No, it's
No,
because it's a direct
Oh, that's
action,
right.
so it's a double one.
Mm,
But I failed on those
So
anyways, I think.
okay.
okay. Uh,
Okay.
so six successes.
Mhm.
It increases by it gains your shields
Mhm.
equal to your ship's engines.
No, I
Uh,
wanted to get the reserve power back.
oh, reserve power. So reserve power is back.
Yes. Yes.
So reserve power is back, difficulty two. So you've got
Hmm.
four momentum left.
Okay. Okay. So I will attempt to recreate we need to the trait that lets us get the reserve power back faster.
Okay. So yeah,
But with a different configuration this time.
sure.
And then I will
So if you want to spend, you could uh, make it so it's not going to go up any further. Difficulty would still stay at two
mhm,
for reserve power. And if you want,
mhm,
you could use the other two and you could take that power conduit overload
mm.
trait I put on the ship off.
mhm. Yes.
So
Okay.
what does that look like?
Yes.
Like you are doing a
Oh.
miracle work here. So what do we see?
I think I am under some console and I am talking to the console in very soothing tones this time, not cursing. And I'm also asking the prophets for some insight here, please. And then I have it and I yank one cord down because this is not actually something we're using currently. I think it's there for historical reasons. I'll have to talk to Litaal about that, but not right now. Making a note and then thanking the prophets when the power just surges on back on. For a brief moment, everything is more saturated, just a
Perfect.
bit.
I love it. That is the end of that round. Uh, the Jem'Hadar are going to go first on the next round unless you spend momentum. Uh, but let's take our break here as we cut to commercial. Let's take 10 and then we're going to come back as we go to a new full round. Sound good?
Sounds
Okay.
perfect.
So here is the situation. They are going to go on their round. And right now they are both kind of in kind of a ways away from you. So they're going to have to move to get over to you to do whatever it is they want to do. So that is the situation. You all have an infuriating trait and a perfect modulation trait. The ghost images for those two rounds, they took out firing. So the effect of the ghost images are done now, but you've still got two traits on the table. And I've also noted under the traits that you've got reserve power that the difficulty of it is still at 2. So that is where we're going to go. Uh, Now I'm going to that doesn't do that. Okay. So the Jem'Hadar strike ship is going to warp over to you. The Jem'Hadar attack ship attempts to work on its shields and is not having any success with that. Something is wrong with it. So that's my action, Will. Commander
So
Vate?
the Jem'Hadar attack ship cruiser has jumped over to us, but it's yet
Yes,
to unload its weapons, which would be that's why we modulate. We can't really have tactical take an action without the losing our modulated shields, can we? That's the rule.
that
So
is correct.
okay.
Can I ask a rules lawyery question?
Absolutely.
If the wording on that modulation is that when Jure takes his next turn, could Commander Vate direct him without using that? Is that exceptionally cheeky?
That is exceptionally cheeky there.
I can, however, I can take an action on a different terminal, right? I can move to a different station,
Yes, you
and
can.
it's just what does it do?
It's a minor action to change position.
Cool. Vate, keep on
I'm
that
busy
mod.
modulating the shields,
Yeah,
Captain.
keep it up, Jerez. They're going to fire on us any second, and I will leap. I'll start punching things on the the command chair,
Oh,
bringing up the targeting systems. And so that's a minor action, and I will just take the major action of opening fire, I suppose.
okay. All right. Do you want to
Which
fire phasers or do you want to fire photon
uh,
torpedoes?
we only have quantum torpedoes
Quantum
because we
torpedoes, yes.
replaced them, and
Yeah,
that would require a minor action to
that's right, to
calibrate, I believe,
calibrate.
before we can fire them.
Now,
So I
one of the
think
things
it's
I'm going
only
to
fire range.
suggest is that you fire your phaser arrays spread,
Hmm.
because
And
that
spend
does
momentum to get a
make it
devastating attack.
cheaper to increase the damage.
Okay, then I will do that.
So attack difficulty is 2. You may use the infuriating trait to reduce it to difficulty 1.
Yes, I'd like that as they come barreling straight into our phaser array.
Yep.
So annoyed with the wards hop, skipping, jumping around
Do you
the
want to spend
system.
any momentum on this?
Um, difficulty 1 is control plus security,
The
right?
security, yep.
Not exceptionally control, but I am exceptional in security. So that puts me on a 14. We're on a momentum of 2. No, because I want to make sure that we have some momentum in the pool for when we really need it. So I'm just going to go with my 2 die and the ship's die, I think.
Okay. Do you
Ah,
have a focus?
Oh,
I don't think I do.
damn.
No,
No,
but
he's a hands-on security chief, not a tactical officer. Yeah.
so base damage is 5 plus 1 for the versatile because the
Hmm.
bonus momentum there. And then if you spend that other momentum, that'd be 7 points of damage that you'll do there. Does that seem reasonable?
Okay. It does. Let me roll
Ship's
the ship's
die.
die to see if I
Oh, yeah, please.
get any extra successes. No.
No,
That is a 20. So I don't know if that's a complication.
that is a complication. I will just take that as threat.
Okay. Uh, but yeah, so if I spend 1 momentum, would that be enough to do the extra damage, or do I have to spend 2?
So
The momentum,
versatile
the
earns you,
yeah, the
Ah,
versatile gives
earns
you
you
plus
momentum,
1,
and
and
you
then
can
you also
spend
got
that
1
+1.
momentum, and you spent that.
great.
So
So the
that's where we
momentum
got
stays flat
7.
in the pool.
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I'll
Uh,
bait punches in the targeting solution, and the phasers rip forward into the Dominion ship on a spread.
uh,
I think Jurez says, "Fire it in a spread, sir." You know.
so 7 gets dropped down to 5. So that takes out a third of their shield. It doesn't break a breach on them,
Hmm.
but it does narrow that down. Now, uh, they're going to go unless you would like to spend a momentum to go next.
No, because we did the modulate shields action, and I wanted to pay off, and then we can have Juras back on the table. I think. Does
Okay.
that make sense to
And
everyone?
and just to be clear, Lowell, we
Yep.
have adaptive shields modulator, which means that it went from 2 to 5, our resistance, not 2 to 4. I've put it in
Okay.
brackets on the ship.
All right. So right now they're going to fire. Difficulty 2. You gave me some.
I would like to invoke that perfect modulation trait, if that could raise their difficulty to 3.
That sounds reasonable. So we'll use that up. You're going to force me to spend that momentum. Okay. So 3d20, difficulty 3. That is not enough. They will fire off that disruptor and they will miss. Uh,
I'd like
Oh,
the
I'd much
special
rather
effects
have
of it.
one of them. I'd like to have one of them hit, but the shields kind of glow a slightly different
I,
color.
that seems perfect. I like that. Will, did you want to add to that?
No, I mean, yeah, it skitters across it fires into the shield and then it becomes like refracts across the entire shield array rather than hitting the one point that it normally would do. And I've removed that trait from our ship now. We no longer have a perfect modulation. But yeah,
Jem'Hadar attack ship moves on impulse to close the distance. Uh, that comes back to your action. Who do you want to have go next, Fate?
Captain,
uh, Jurez, fire a quantum torpedo into them, and then
um,
Ward punches across.
okay. Wow. So I will give you a threat.
Okay.
And attack difficulty is 3. This is still 14 with 2 dice.
You
Can I afford to use any?
calibrate the quantum torpedoes. We see you
I
doing
do.
that.
I do. Do I? I dare not spend that 2 momentum, do I? At this point?
You can.
No,
I'll let
no.
you
I'm
take the
looking at the captain.
difficulty.
You could spend one of them to get an extra die.
Okay, I'll spend one of those to get an extra die.
Tell you what, I'll let you invoke and kind of use up the infuriating and reduce the difficulty down to 2.
That would be very agreeable to me.
Okay.
So 3
3d20,
dice
and then we'll do the
plus the
ship's
ship.
die.
That is 1, 2, 3, 3 hits. 4 hits. Ship weapons.
4 hits, and then the ship's die.
11 might be enough.
Weapons plus security. Yes, that is exactly enough. So 5. So you've got 3 momentum on top of the
So,
hit.
well, hang on. 5. Versatile. On a success, I get 1 extra momentum.
I don't think quantum torpedoes
Oh,
have
no,
versatile.
it only works for. No, you're right. Sorry.
Right.
Forgive me.
So we got 5, and then you want to spend the momentum. So you'll have 1 extra left, and you'll do 6 points of damage. And so 6 on their shields, which have already taken a hit, goes to 4, which means they go to 6, which means that they are going to take 2 breaches because of the quantum torpedoes.
There's an extra one for everyone we get in.
Yeah. So would you please roll me a d20? We'll see where that hits.
1.
1, I believe, is the command. Let me check here. Hang on a second. 1 is communications, a breach, and second hit breach.
Is 5.
5 is going to hit engines. So they have 2 breaches on them right now that will go off. Captain, I'm going to take my second action. Oh, did you put that momentum in the pool, Alan?
I didn't. Let me do
Okay.
it now.
I would like to spend that momentum immediately, if possible,
I'm
to
going to
allow
leave it at
Ward
1.
to punch us straight across the. This is the
Let's play hide and
Kintsugi
seek.
maneuver.
Okay. So we spend the reserve power. Go ahead and roll the d20 to see if it stays.
Savari?
or anybody.
So let's
D20,
just let Ward do it since he's
one
rolling with
D20.
the dice as well.
Yeah, no, this whole advanced warp engines thing is not working out for us.
Okay.
Litaal swore when he fitted those that they were they were up to spec.
That's it. Blame Litaal. Okay, so now you're going to do the warping, which is control plus con.
By the ship's engines, I will trust in my dice. Foolish words. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. So you'll succeed and you'll have a momentum that you can put in the pool.
Yeah, I'm putting that back in the pool.
And where do you want to go?
And
11 spaces.
11 spaces. That seems
Straight back
quite
to the other side of
far.
the system, I think, behind the
Well,
Jem'Hadar.
okay. Here we go.
Well, I think my command is if this we're happy to be, out of character, change it. But I think that might be our opportunity to get in another good hit on the Jem'Hadar attack ship while they're divided. Like warp in behind them, and
Or
Is
on
then
this
top of them.
our? I mean, they will also get to hit us, right?
And
no, you're right.
and that modulation has ended.
Yes, so maybe, but if we put
But
ourselves to just within,
Savari has a chance to regenerate the shields, I think.
but if we put ourselves at the far left, then we'll be
I
far
think I
enough away that
already
they'll have
went.
to move.
I already
Ah,
went in this cycle, so
Yeah. So I'm just thinking because they'll keep coming at us right on impulse drive because the
yeah.
warp's not working. If we put ourselves within just out of range of impulse drive
Yeah,
maneuvering
but
for them, right?
just one question. Didn't you go as well in this cycle? I'm sorry, maybe I'm confused, but just help me roll this out,
Right.
please.
He has already gone. Right now,
Okay.
we're figuring out where he wants
Okay.
Ward to have his
Okay.
ship go.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. Okay. I see.
yeah. But does that make sense? What I just said in terms of like putting ourselves just out of range of the attack ship's movement, so that they would have to then. Does that make
well,
sense?
If
Yeah, but I think they'll get to move 2 in normal speed and then have a range of 2 on the
I
long range
forget.
weapons.
I forget they get to move more than one space, don't they?
yeah.
That's just because
yeah.
we've been previously moving quite slowly on our impulse drives in defensive postures. Sorry, that's my bad. Cool. Okay, no, perfect place for it, Ward.
So yeah, you put that in the there. The attack ship will take its action to move on impulse, closing towards you. Uh, I think I'm going to let the residual infuriating keep them on you rather than scanning to see what's going on in the system. But uh, so that's the move action on theirs. So they are done. Do you have does anybody else have to go on your round, Commander?
I think that's all of us having gone on
Okay.
our round now. Yeah.
They went last, so you start this next round. Who do you want to begin with?
I kind of want to give Juarez another shot at them because they're currently at long range, right? We could hit them with another quantum torpedo from here, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go on, Juarez.
You don't want me to modulate shields.
I want you to take that attack ship off the board if possible.
Okay.
It's already suffered 2
So,
breaches. If we get another one in there, it's and they've been struggling with their shields, haven't they? So
okay. So have we got any momentum to spend?
The attack craft healed one of those engine breaches, so it's only on 1 now.
Yeah.
I'm going to
okay.
spend momentum to get
Okay.
3 dice.
3d20.
Um, I give you a threat to fire a quantum torpedo,
Yep.
or a spread of them, as the case may be. Let's roll those 3 dice versus
I
14.
assume you're not spending not trying as a spread or the
Oh, that costs me more, doesn't
right.
it?
Right.
At a cost of 3 threat. No, that seems rather too many. Okay, let's lock and load.
All right. So difficulty 3,
Oh, that's 2 successes.
and now the ships die.
Oh, yeah. That's not good enough.
Anyone have determination?
Engines plus security, isn't it? 14. Oh, 14.
So just enough. So that's three.
That is.
So go ahead and roll. Or you got that? So to do the hit, that's quantum torpedoes.
5 damage to start.
5 damage to start. Resistance of 2. Is there anything else on that? So that is going to cause 2 breaches. Because it's going to take their shields down to 2. 2d20 for me.
Okay. That is 16 and 19.
16 and 19. So that's structure and weapons. They have 3 breaches on them. They one more breach and they will be down, Captain.
Good shooting, Jerez.
Shall I take my action?
We're down to 1 momentum, right, in the pool.
Yep.
The strike cruiser is not going to be closing within range within time. The Jem'Hadar attack ship
It's probably going to get a shot off right now.
is probably going to get a shot off right now. If I spend the momentum, the best that Savari can do is give us reserve power back, isn't it? That's all they can really do.
Or increase the shields.
Or
Restore them.
Do we not need reserve power to restore the shields?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know what? Let's spend that momentum to
Okay.
get Savari to have a chance at restoring the power, or anything else that Savari wants to do. If you can think of anything else you'd want to do.
Savari wants to do a lot of things, but not having reserve power is kind of a bummer, right? Because somehow it just keeps getting turned off. It isn't supposed to do that all the time. Okay, I'm taking my favorite spanner now.
Okay.
Ship, we are going to have a discussion about these things.
So 2d20 plus the ship's
Mhm.
die.
There's only 1 dice in the momentum pool. Oh,
That's
well, I'm not taking that.
difficulty is 2.
Yeah, I know. But there is 3
1,
already,
2, 3
and I have
successes.
the ship's die left.
4
Yep, there's another
successes.
one for successes. So
You've got you could put 2 momentum back in the pool. You could recreate that trait to stop the difficulty from going up on reserve power, or something else.
I like not having the difficulty go up on the
Okay.
reserve power.
All right.
Actually, that's great, and that leaves 1 momentum to put in the pool, right? Because of that.
Because it's a trait, it costs 2, so you had 4
Yeah, I know.
successes.
Yeah,
So
4 successes.
you're all
Right.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Did,
Yeah,
did
I'm
we
sorry.
did we take account of the trait on reserve power we already have there?
Yes, because I
Yes.
only have to do 2 successes instead of 3.
Yeah.
Fine.
Is it usually 3 successes to get
And
reserve
it's usually
power
1,
back?
but it goes up 1 each time that you do restore the reserve power.
Oh,
And you've
okay.
kept it from going up each time, is what you've been
Oh,
doing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wow, yeah, okay, I see. Yes, well, I mean, that is not funny.
All right. I am going to take a shot at you all with my ship. Hey, you give me a bunch of threat. Let's spend that right now. Difficulty 3. And let's roll here. What the what? That is just enough to hit you with all my stuff. So damage is 5. So on your ship, you have resistance of 2. So you're just going to take 3 points of damage. Take the shields down to 7. That is unfortunately a breach. So you're going to suffer 1 breach. Why do I keep closing the book that has the breach table? Okay. I'm going to take the first of these two d20s. That one is 5. So 5 is weapons. So you have 2 breaches, one in the weapons panel, one in the structure. You're still up. Nothing is out as they hit you with the photon torpedoes. The other ship uh, uh, will continue to move. Back to you, Captain.
Jurez, take that attack ship off the board.
So you're doing your direct?
Yeah, I guess I have to, don't I,
Yep.
to allow Jurez to. So I'll spend
To
that
go
momentum.
again.
Okay. Now
Um,
here is the thing. You have to do the, and you can do this. You do the calibration because you're just giving him a major action, so you can calibrate from where you're at the torpedoes and then have Jura's fire. So I
Oh,
think we see the two of you coordinating on that, right?
perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, right. Okay. So that's 2 dice. There is nothing in the pot.
But you get 2 dice from me and then the ship's die as well. So I'll roll my 2 die.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's 2 successes so far.
That's 2 successes from me.
4 successes plus the ship's die. 5
5 successes.
successes. So difficulty 3 means that you're going to do its effectively its damage, which is what, 5?
5. Yeah.
Plus 1 is 6, minus 2, 4. So they are going to take 2 more breaches. Oh, sorry, 3 more breaches.
Oh
So
my.
that quantum torpedo, what do we see happen, Jerez, when you take that ship off the table?
Oh, I think it's got to be the weak spot, which we've decided are the engines. So I think it's Astrid, guides us uh, underneath the attack ship and kind of flips us up, and the torpedo just hits the engine core.
And
Um,
it will explode.
Did we
Uh,
generate 2 momentum on that as well? Because we got.
no, I think you did enough just to blow it out of the water there.
Okay, we spent all the momentum on damage. Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
yeah.
Uh, I'm going to take that shot on you guys. Uh, phase polaron beam banks on you. Let's spend 1 momentum. Sorry, threat. 3d20. Difficulty 2. 1, 2, 3. So that will hit. So they will do 6, 7, 8. What's your resistance?
2.
2. So 8 minus 1 is 7. You're going to take 7 damage there.
Shields are down, sir.
Oh, I do not get it takes out your last shield, but it doesn't cause me a breach until we get past that. So 1 more breach though. Uh,
Ward, you know what to do.
and that
Gently, please.
okay, and that I believe is
Sir, how long do we have to until Litaal Commander Litaal can get the Tellarites out of here? How long do we have to stay in this slogging match?
Have you ever heard 2 Tellarites argue, Jurez?
Well, I thought this might be an opportunity for a quick cut back to the Tellarite ship.
Oh, do you want to do that?
I think it would be interesting.
Okay. Uh like you're still negotiating, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
How do we know that the negotiations are still going on, Litaal?
Oh, I think that a table has been set up down in engineering between the two barricades. And I'm sat in the middle, and the captain is on one side negotiating for the we need to get out of here now, while the executive officer is negotiating on behalf of the no, we need to stay.
I think the thing is not we need to get out of here. It's we need to get people in to repair the engines. Like I think that's stage
Yeah,
one
fair
there.
enough. Yeah.
Why don't you make because I think you can make an argument that regardless of whether we stay or go, we need to get those engines fixed.
Yes, I think so.
Let's have you make a
Um,
roll for that.
so I think this is what reason and secure and
Command.
command.
Yeah.
So that's 14. I have a focus in debate. Um, and stereotyping is easy but wastes potential. I would like to spend a determination to invoke the fact that you know what they are talking about on that ship as it tries to protect us, don't you? They're saying Tellarites, they can never make a decision. So yeah, let's roll two dice. I won't ask for any
I
momentum.
accept your premise, but I do not.
Can
Uh
Werwash help
Sure.
assist?
Yeah.
oh yes, that's true. Yes. What could Werewash do?
Well, Werwash is an engineer, and he also has the value of family is everything, right? So
Right. Very
I think,
good. Okay.
trying to remind, and you are family right here at this table. Your brother-in-law is sat at this very
Oh
table, right?
yes. Oh, it has to be my brother-in-law who's with
Right. Right.
the XO.
Where watch are you spending your determination?
Yeah, you know what? Why would I hold on to it at this point? I
So
think definitely
two,
it needs to be done.
Latal, let's have you roll, and Werewash, let's have you roll your die.
Okay. Oh, a one
So we
and a
got
16.
four successes right now. And Werewash, is that enough?
What would it be? It would be presence plus engineering. That's not enough, I think. If we were saying
Uh,
that it was
yeah.
a persuasive plus technical argument, it would not be enough, sadly.
So I think that difficulty two, you will get them to allow you access to the engines. They haven't settled the matter of leaving or going, but at least people are going to the engines. You may put two momentum into the momentum pool.
Yes. Um, Litaal to Captain Vate. I believe that we may be able to get the ship moving again shortly.
Well, no rush, Litaal. Boom.
Uh, Ward, I believe you're the last person to have an action on your round, right?
Yeah, so when I I guess if the engines will be online shortly, doesn't sound like we can warp speed away right now. So I
That is
think I'm
correct.
keeping with the rope-a-dope. I'm gonna spend determination because I think we need some more momentum just for when this fight drags on a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
So I think this is
Evasive action?
we're yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking what value I'm hitting for the determination spend. We are stronger together, maybe, because this is like a side of the Kintsugi crew that we
I
haven't
like
seen.
it.
This very efficient fighting force, infuriating fighting force, maybe.
Yep.
Um, I'm inclined to go warp because that has been working for us so far.
Okay. Let's spend the reserve
Um,
power.
spend the reserve power. Let me roll a single to see if we keep it. Of course we don't.
Okay.
That's a 50% chances never happen.
Nope.
Uh, um, so let me just make my rolls up. Uh,
Okay.
so that is uh, 3 successes on the dice. That's 5 total
So for momentum.
for momentum. Um, can I use my executive officer role benefit to spend 3 momentum to give someone back their determination. I wonder if
Yes,
Jures is the best person for this.
that seems reasonable.
Uh,
And put one momentum in the
but
pool.
but of course, if I give it back to Vate, he can use that, recurring thing that he has, right?
Yeah, be best to give it to me because I can give it
Yeah.
to anyone and then maybe
Yeah,
recover it.
exactly.
Because yeah, as a commander, I can always give a
Okay.
determination to anyone.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I've given that back to you. And so,
Momentum pool will go to 3. How do we see you like boosting up Vate?
yeah, I think neither of us are in the command chair. I'm at the helm, he's at the secondary tactical desk, and I look over and say, just one more pass of this, Vate, and we'll be able to rescue those pesky Tellarites.
I think it's as much just the fact that Vate sees that his choice for first officer and all of this is because we should be dead by now. The Dominion ships alone were outmatched us in firepower, and we're doing incredibly well. There's a camera cut away as Vate looks proudly on his crew as
Oh, and
the ship shakes on red alert.
your engineer has been a miracle worker as well.
Yes, yeah, the red lights on the ship are exploding. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, let me move the Kintsugi as far away as humanly possible.
Okay. Uh, that brings us to the next round. Uh, uh, the Jem'Hadar are going to move on impulse, but they cannot close to within firing distance. That's my action. Back to
I
you,
I
Fate.
can't modulate any shields till I've got some, Captain.
Um, then I think
Can't
it's
repair the shields until we have reserve power.
so what it is it's going to be Savari's go to try
Mm-hmm.
and to regenerate the reserve power, and then
Yep.
we'll go back to my go. We'll spend the
Mm-hmm.
momentum immediately to
Okay.
keep the initiative. I'll go
So,
back to
so
my one, and then I'll direct Savari from the command chair to try and restore the shields. I think is the order
Okay.
that we're going to do.
Captain
Okay.
or Suvari, let's start with you.
Yes.
They're making you work hard for this. So,
I mean, I love this, okay, but yeah, it would be nice if this system just worked. Profits, come on.
control
What are
plus
you
engineering,
doing?
difficulty 2.
Yes. Okay, okay. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We have momentum left, right? Oh, we have momentum. I will use a momentum here just to
Okay.
get me up to 3 dice because this needs to happen.
Okay. I'll take that down to 2.
No, I've already reduced it
Okay.
from 4 to 3. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
4
And I
successes.
4 plus the ship's die. Is that a success? I'm not sure.
That is,
Engines plus engineering,
yep,
13. Yep,
13.
should be another
Okay.
success.
So 5
So,
successes,
yep,
difficulty
okay,
2. You've got
yep,
3 successes. Then do you want
uh-huh.
to put that in as momentum?
I think so because I mean it has to work at one time, and maybe I've been too conservative here, right? So just let them go to the momentum pool.
Okay. So the momentum pool goes back up to 6.
Yes, and
Now, go on.
well, I
Captain Vate, you wanted to spend momentum to go immediately?
Yes, and
So
then I will.
Suvari has put you in striking range for that. So 5 momentum in the pool now.
Yeah, and so my minor action will be to move back to the command chair,
Okay.
and then my major action will be to direct Savari to restore. Savari, I know you're working miracles, but I'm going to need one more from you. Get those shields back up.
of
Okay.
course. I mean, we've got reserve, we've got power now. Should be difficult, but doable. Okay,
Difficulty 3.
okay, difficulty 3, and that's regenerate shields. That's control engineering, and okay, and I will use another 2 momentum. Come on. We need these shields.
Just one.
Just one. Oh, just one. Then I will use just 1 momentum. I get 3 dice here, and it's still control plus engineering. There's a 20, but I have 2 successes and the ship's die.
2 successes. Go ahead and roll the ship's die.
Yes, come on, ship. No, don't think so. Nope. Nope.
So is
Nope.
that a fail?
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'm gonna spend my point of determination
Mhm.
to get you a reroll on the
Okay.
ones that so we won't have to worry about that complication either then.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Reroll
and the
2 of
value, I
those.
mean, the value I'm
Mhm.
invoking is lives must be saved.
Nice.
Okay.
We
Mhm.
we can't
Mhm.
save the Tellarites if we're dead ourselves. So
Okay. I'm re-rolling that dice, and it's a 19.
Well, no, you've got 2d20 that you're rerolling because you can reroll any of
Oh.
them.
Hmm?
You had
Okay.
two
Oh,
two
okay.
fails, so go ahead and roll another
Oh,
die.
okay. Okay. That was the ship's die. I rolled this one. Come on. It's
So
2.
that
That's
is
success.
enough. So that will actually get you a momentum in the momentum pool,
Uh-huh.
or actually you probably want to spend that on getting the shields up.
Yes.
So regenerate shields,
Mhm.
engineering department +2.
Mhm.
So right now, uh,
It was
you're restoring
4.
4.
Mhm.
Now you can spend momentum to add 2 more onto your shields for every momentum that you spend from the momentum pool.
That's spend some, right?
How much do you
We
want to
are at
spend?
4. We have at least 2, so we'll be at 8.
Okay.
Yeah?
Shields go to
Okay.
8.
Okay, and we have 2 momentum left.
Uh,
Shields are up. Shields
yeah.
are at
uh,
47%, but they are there.
if we spent one more momentum, what would that put us up at? 10 shields?
It puts you at 10
Yeah.
shields. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Should we
Let's
go?
have one
Okay.
more because that means
Yeah,
we don't have to burn another round restoring
All right.
shields. Hopefully.
it's true. It's
Uh,
true.
do you
But
want to spend your last momentum to go again, Will?
Uh,
I could modulate the shields.
and
Well,
put us in a
actually,
better
I
position
wouldn't
then.
worry about that. They are going to have to move to get to you
Yeah,
on
let's
their
hold on to that
action.
momentum
So,
for this one
so
then.
their
Yeah.
first action, 1, 2, they are going to move within range. Then it's your action.
I haven't
Mm,
acted yet.
yes, yeah. So it's Jurez's turn. Jurez, it's up to you whether you want to modulate the shields or you want to open fire on them. I leave it in your capable tactical operations hands.
Thank you, Captain. A bit of a promotion in this. I will unleash a quantum torpedo at them.
Okay.
Never one to take the slow route.
Burning any
So,
momentum?
we got any to burn?
We've got 1.
Um, yes.
Okay.
To get 3 dice.
3 dice. Difficulty
Whoa.
3.
Okay. Uh, hang on. What's my?
You've got your focus.
I have. That is 1, 2, 3 successes because my security is 4 and I have ship's weapons as a
Tips die?
focus. So that's 3 success. And then the ship's die is 14.
So what is the damage of the quantum torpedoes?
So 5, and that is 4 successes.
Okay. Would you please roll me 2 breaches there?
3 and 12.
3 and 12. Let's see what goes down.
Oh, where did that 20 come from?
That's my do I keep my determination die?
Oh, I see. Sorry,
But
you're right.
but
Okay.
yeah, I do not.
Engines are down. They are offline right now. Vate, tell me what it looks like when you take advantage of that. Engines go offline, their shields are down, their weapons are getting powered up. What do we see you do to to finish off this strike ship the four breaches before it can get damage control in to get back and take another shot at you.
Well, it charges up its weapons and its engines are down, and we just see the Kintsugi just slink just out of weapons range. Like there's the overlapping like fields of fire, the projections on the screen, showing the thing, and then the Dominion weapons like fire off and like just veer off into space, like not able to connect with the Kintsugi, as it just takes a long arc around, like staying just out into this like one tiny window where we're out of their weapons field of fire, but they can no longer maneuver to bring it to close it off.
And what does that last shot look like, Jerez?
I think that is straight into the bridge.
Will go up, shields are down, it punches through. Uh, uh, Even as the ship is shaking, Savari is holding it together, with spit and duct tape, making sure that everything stays up as Ward does the turn, and that Jem'Hadar strike ship will go up in a well done CGI explosion effect. And I think then, like, sensor sweep, Captain, no other ships incoming.
I think we lost reserve again.
Good work, everyone. Good work. Savari, I'm going to need you to pull
Sir,
off a few more miracles, but make
yeah,
sure you get your
sure.
crew, get a team together.
Ah, yes, sir. The prophets will provide, I guess.
Let's take five and let's come back with the end scenes here to give people a chance to call some scenes to resolve this, in the midst of the settled arguments between the Tellarites and such to wrap this. So let's take five and then we'll come back. So I'd like to imagine that we see the Kintsugi in orbit with the Brashharn there as well. And we see engineering teams repairing the computers and the warp engines there. We see Khan moving amongst the Tellarites, making sure that everybody's okay, continuing to take care of those injuries. We see Hamaker finally releasing the locks on the computers. We see Litaal like clearly still involved in arguments and discussion and so on. What did the captain say? How did he offend them? He called them just farmers, and he said he wasn't going to drop them at the place they wanted to drop, and like he wouldn't allow them to bring all their goods because he had a full cargo transport, and like there's a lot of back and forth here that goes on. Uh, so, Latal, what do you think we see? Like, what do you want as your sort of moment in that negotiations there before we kind of cut back to final scenes on the Kintsugi?
Um, well, I'd like to reserve it for the final scene of the court of inquiry,
You
if
can
I
do
could do
that.
that.
Well, you can do that, but and yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that what we see is someone being transported directly to medical aboard the Kintsugi.
Okay. Uh, then I would like to go to we're going to have an epilogue scene with Latal, but I want to go to uh, have people call scenes on the ship. Uh, Savari, you were put through the ringer. Uh, what scene do you want to call for this end of episode?
I think I need to talk to Lieutenant Tatasa, right? Because she's the head engineer.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, because I messed with the system. It's not my fault really, but somebody had to do it. We would be thrown in space. But still, it was a mess. I'm sorry.
no, no, she's looking over the notes kind of clearly going over. She clearly has Litaal's report. She was mostly focused on making sure that the warp engines could go for Ward's call in.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Savari,
She's a really good pilot, but did she have to hit that button this hard every time? Every time. The system is not supposed to reset every time. It's supposed to catch itself, but it didn't. Anyway, it's probably not Lieutenant Commander Walt's fault, but
I'm looking at everything you did to keep the reserve power going without it going critical. Even when we had the secondary phasic relays overload, you got in there right away and restored that.
I mean, it was obvious that they would do that.
I would like to offer you a specialist position in engineering.
Okay.
We need someone that is is you can still do everything you're doing. I mean, you're the best with us at power systems, but we need somebody who is there our dedicated damage control officer, working with the shields, repairing breaches, getting reserve power back online. And I'd like you to take up that position.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not exactly my forte.
I think your forte is this, judging by everything that just went on in that fight.
Was a bit of luck involved, but I mean, as I said, Shields is not, well, okay, I guess.
I I, I want you to think about that, that it put you as second in command down here in engineering.
Oh, okay.
Are you comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable with that. Yes.
Okay. I will be writing my recommendation to
Okay.
the captain.
Thank you.
Certainly, Commander Litaal uh, has written a glowing report of your work that he has submitted to Starfleet.
I don't know if Bajorans blush, but if they do, I think Savari does at least a little. I'm like, well, yeah, he's not so bad himself.
All right. Dismissed, Savari.
Okay.
And I think a
I'll,
lot of people in engineering, when you go out, are like get a lot of thumbs up, potentially high fives. Like people are excited. They
yeah,
know what you did.
oh, okay. I think I'm making a slight detour to just hit a little panel and adjust a few numbers, just so you know, and then I will go to sleep
Okay. Uh,
or
Lieutenant
eat
Ward.
or drink.
I think I'd like a scene with Jures. Though maybe we can segue into it with like her talking to Vate as we walk down the corridor and say, well, this is obviously require a promotion to like proper lieutenant for Savari, right?
Yeah, I mean, miracle worker's not on the Starfleet regs, but yes, I think lieutenant's the least we can do after that. I mean, I don't think there's a single light on the Kintsugi that hasn't flashed red in the last hour or so. You might want to stay clear though, Ward. I heard some choice words about that switch on the bridge and how hard you were hitting it.
Um, well, that's the warp drive for you, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I think her exact words were, "Punch it is a metaphor, not a not an instruction."
So where do you find Jures, Ward?
Yeah, where do you think, Alan? Uh,
Um, I think that probably where we often see him is in the graveyard. You know, it's where he has his significant interactions with people.
So yeah, I guess I will interrupt whatever you're doing and saying, do we have a quick word, Ensign?
Uh, d- yes, sir.
All right. If we were like reading you the riot act, it wouldn't be here, juries.
Well, I wasn't certain whether being posted to Commander Litaal was going to be for the trip home as well.
Well, I've made sure that that isn't going to be continuing. I think you're going to be helping Savari with all of our new weapon systems, especially given that we've given it a thorough um, dry run.
Yeah, I mean, those quantum torpedoes are amazing.
They certainly get the job done. I think my impression, uh, but correct me if I'm wrong, is that you've grown since the your recent misstep.
That's very flattering of you to say so, sir.
You disagree?
Well, I don't think it's for me to say.
Well, I'm asking you. If you
Um,
think it's true, it's not flattering.
I, I, I think I've got things straighter in my head.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. Everyone here, I mean, me most of all, has made serious mistakes as a junior officer. And what defines us is how we deal with those mistakes.
It that Did you make any mistakes, sir?
Absolutely. One similarly that could have seen me, cashiered.
Really? But you're the XO.
Indeed.
Wow. Well, maybe Starfleet is where my future lies.
Well, good work, jurors. I don't think anyone on the bridge or in the vicinity wants anyone at at that weapon station unless the captain is moonlighting again.
He's pretty good, though, isn't he?
Uh, he sure is.
And let's cut there.
Just
Captain,
maybe could I
yeah,
just add a little like sting coda onto that one?
sure.
Is that a pair of drinks get down the bar to Jurez and Ward, and Hamaka, who was previously staring daggers at Jurez from over the side, just gives a big thumbs up, because I noticed that Hamaka's also got the value of everyone deserves a second chance. So
Okay. No,
he's
I love it.
suitably
Nice.
come around on Jurez after being annoyed about the breach of security.
Uh, Captain Vate.
Um, I think, I think it would be fitting to have a scene with Commander Litaal, if that wouldn't obscure, get in the way of our structuring of this scene
No,
too
it
much.
seems fine. Like it seems like that needs to be the logical end scene before I put the epilogue coda.
Yeah, perhaps in the captain's quarters with schematics of the Kintsugi, red lights all over it, flashing like distant systems. And as the scene starts, looking over it and shaking my head and going like, those advanced warp drives, Litaal, they just didn't, not a single time.
Well, yeah, but you and I both know that dorsal warp drive nacelle has always been an issue. Um, and until a full refit gets the alignment with the main body of the ship right, you're always going to have trouble with maintaining a warp field in difficult circumstances. It's going to take more power, more expertise. It's obvious if you think about it.
Yes, yeah. Well, I suppose the Kintsugi was trying to supposedly run two different ships, warp signatures at the same time for most of that fight.
Well, if as I believe the humans say, every cloud has a golden lining.
That's the one, yes. I think that's what they say too. I was sorry to hear about your family dispute, although I think you solved it in a remarkably diplomatic manner.
Um, uh, I have to suggest that you should call for a court of inquiry in relation to that, Captain. I cannot be certain whether that was influenced by my personal opinions or by the exigencies of the moment.
It's good to see that we know who audits the auditors, Litaal, and it's you. Yeah.
Um, but I do feel I need to tell you, Drenna, that I will be recommending that you remain in command of the Kintsugi and the Kintsugi remains in service. There is no question in my mind that much of the success in the Battle of Matassa was down to your command effectiveness. This crew would do anything for you, and I think that pulling you back to Starfleet Medical for research would reduce the combat efficiency of this ship unnecessarily.
Thank you, Litaal. I had a feeling you'd say that.
It's what my report will say, at least.
I know. Why don't we cut on the clasp? Like Vate, like putting one hand on your shoulder, and probably Litaal's body language stiffening up, like straightening as he gets like uncomfortable. Yeah, that seems like a good ending for the OG crew of the Kintsugi.
So I take it, Commander Litaal, that your recommendation regarding Captain Vade is professional and not clouded by any sort of personal relationship?
None at all. I began my inspection convinced the man had been overpromoted. But my observations are clear.
You would say that you are good about keeping your personal relationships out of your work activities?
To a large extent.
So we come to the additional matter. Would you like to speak to the incident? You say that you keep your personal feelings out of your professional relationships. Would you please give us exactly what transpired between you and Brulag jurors? I believe that's your former brother-in-law.
Indeed. As the battle proceeded, I gained the agreement of both Tellarite factions to restore power to the engines. That was swiftly achieved. The phase modulator on that class of ships is surprisingly straightforward, and I found that by adjusting the manifold successively, we got the power back online quite quickly. I do have some slides to illustrate the
We do not
process.
dispute the engineering talents involved. I think we are focused in just to clear out for our records exactly how you would describe the incident with jurors.
Unfortunately, to bring the engines back online, I had to conserve power from elsewhere. This required me to shut down the communications that we had previously opened. So I did not know how the battle was proceeding. The last communication informed Commander Drake that the ship's warp drives would be back online swiftly, but I could not confirm that. I simply had all I had to work from was him telling me that they were struggling somewhat in the face of overwhelming odds. I therefore felt it was essential that those engines be brought online and then used. that is the point at which a small subgroup of locals began to obstruct me in my efforts to get the ship moving. Um, One of those who objected to me acting without a further debate on the necessarily pro and con side of that argument was my former brother-in-law. Um, when I confronted him, he became abusive, and I have to say that rather than risk the Kintsugi being exposed to the fire of the Jem'Hadar any further, um, I used my phaser to stun him.
All right. Well, that clears up that matter.
But I do want to stress that I believed at the time that swift action on my part was necessary to relieve the Kintsugi from its duty to protect the Tellarite civilians.
Well, that is good. That clears things up for us. I think then that brings us to the matter at hand, Commander Litaal. You will be issued with the promotion to the rank of Commodore. We are opening a new shipyards in the Tellar system to back up the work that we're doing, and you will be in charge of that.
Um, that is a very generous offer. However, I've already completed transfer arrangements from the Office of the Inspector General back to frontline engineering duties aboard one of the fleet's ships.
Commander Litaal, we're offering you complete oversight and management of one of what will be two of the most important shipyards in the Federation. Are you turning down this commission?
I regretfully must. Someone whose opinion I value, Lieutenant Commander Astrid Ward, told me that my strength is in engineering, and I feel that she may be right. And in the current circumstances, I believe that keeping our ships flying in the face of attack is more important than anything else.
You understand that we'll have to appoint somebody else to this position, that this opportunity will not be there for you again.
Uh, that is that is fine. If the fleet doesn't begin to perform better, um, it won't matter.
Understood. So noted in the record, this commission is concluded. Thank you for your service and your time, Commander Litaal.
Thank you, Commodore.
And bell is rung, and I think we see you rise. And I think, I think we cut on that as you leave, maybe walking out from the station and looking out as the Kintsugi is moving away from space dock, heading back out into the field. And I think that is our episode for today. Uh, so I would like to do a quick stars and wishes. Uh, Captain,
Yeah, I'm so glad we got to have two space combats, one of which we absolutely steamrolled, the other of which felt very skin of our teeth, to be honest with you. I think we did have a good plan. We did do things as well as we could do, given the Kintsugi's not really a battleship.
hmm
But we did also get lucky where we needed to, which felt like such a Star Trek it felt like the writer's room was like we'd had all of that. I do think the system benefits, like does lean towards doing that, but also like RNG helps with it as well, right? You feel as though these are the heroes and it's desperate, but it comes through in a pinch. Um, I think everyone did really well with all the different roles. My big one, of course, is to Sabine for bearing the brunt of that every time, just being like, well, sorry, Sabine, we need to now do recover from our previous bad role. And I thought it turned out really well together with the the power overload, the power conduit overload, and then the next few rolls succeeding, and it did really make a good like, oh, that's exactly what would happen in Star Trek. Somehow that would turn into a temporary advantage for the crew to deal with this horrible situation. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Wishes wise, just on the note of the system of the spaceship combat, I don't, I haven't seen it in the book and I had a look, but I wish there was some way of crew like supporting characters and stuff being injured, harm to the crew members during the combat. Like the classic,
Yeah,
Ensign Fargo was on deck 4 when it blew off into space or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, I thought about that. That's one of the places where I ought to like with there is a role for the when a breach happens, and I should stop to do that, but I kind of wanted to keep things moving. But there
yeah,
is a
yeah,
place
yeah.
where you roll, and I think that'd be a place for it. Also, when people roll complications, I was taking the threat.
Mm.
Another good thing would be to injure supporting characters to raise the stakes that way. That's a really good point.
One thing that occurred to me is it'd be and I guess it's not in the rules because it could easily be like meta gamed by people who are min maxi, right? Is that the determinations, like
Hmm.
to restore those, like in some way, being driven forwards by the losses on the crew, that kind of thing. Like as the situation gets more desperate, the determination being back in your pocket somehow. But I think that's
Yeah, no,
maybe
I
me
think that's
applying like a
actually
PBTA.
an
Yeah.
interesting idea. Let me that's worth noting for future because it is a good way to test values. Like have you like frame up some things and connect it up with your values there to potentially return those.
But yeah, it was great. I also loved the Tellarite, you know, parallel plots. I know that the Starship Combat, probably squeezed all of that out, right, in terms of time that we could have spent on it. But it was great, and I love the framing device. And this is yet another session where I'm like, I love Star Trek. I love playing Star Trek. I love all of this. I love the system. You do so much of the mental load, the cognitive load for all of it. But it always feels really clear and structured, and it's not hard for I think any of us to follow on the basis of you explain it all out, and it does. We approach it in a very structured way, and I can see how that would, you know, I can definitely think of groups I'd play with it, which would be a non-starter, frankly. But yeah, because we're all engaged, it works really well. So yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, great session. Great session.
Awesome. Uh, Savari.
Stars all around. That was a fun fight. I wish I could have done something else besides restoring energy thing, but okay. It was dramatic from a perspective of the viewer viewpoint. It was dramatic, so it was fine, and I got to restore the shield barely. That was really a tense role, and I like tense roles. I also loved Litaal going in there and hey, there's this thing you could use for the warp ghosts, and that was amazing, especially since you called back to an early session. That yeah, that
Yeah.
was that was great. So yeah, and I think Joris's I especially loved Joris's enthusiasm about the quantum torpedoes. That was like, oh my god, this guy. Yeah. So and all the I won't call out all the other stuff that was great because there was so much. Wishes wise, yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes, I guess. Because I don't think I've ever had an actual conversation with my captain, and maybe I can get that eventually.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
I have an idea for that,
oh yeah.
but
Then we'll make sure that we
we'll
get a
see.
chance to call those scenes next time. Uh Commander Ward, stars, wishes.
Yeah. Kind of a full-on Starship Combat episode, um, with only a brief respite. Yeah, and a very close run thing. I think we said when we returned from the break, down to the wire. Insert cliche here. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, Starfleet battles. divert power from the, minor systems or the toilets, as we used to joke, for this battle. I think everyone seems to be, because I think maybe that's our third or fourth Starship combat, and it certainly is a steep learning curve to be able to pull out some tricks, which I think we did today.
Oh yeah.
Um,
No, I really think
and
everybody did a great job on that, putting traits on the table, we're using them up. Like it was a lot of great work.
yeah, yeah. And kudos to Alan for remembering this obscure detail from session one, which is a good 30 sessions ago now, right? Um, wishes, I guess next week, maybe less high octane, a little bit more uh, casual, but not too casual. I don't know. I think we have a wedding
We
shenanigans
have an
to.
Orion wedding that is going to be a central point of next episode. So yeah. And finally, Alan, stars, wishes.
Yeah, I mean, if I may, I'd like to apply my stars to my six session return to the Kintsugi after missing a series. Um, it's great to be back playing with these people and these characters and meeting new characters. Um, I've really enjoyed the arcs that Litaal has been able to enjoy across quite a short period of time with all the major characters. So, with Savari, with Ward, with Devel, and with Vate. Um, that was all great fun, and thank you for creating the space to do that, Lowell. That was kind of you, because I do feel I've had a disproportionate amount of screen time, particularly playing Juras as well. But I appreciate it. Um, I enjoyed Juras. It's a change of pace from Litaal. Um, so no, this has been a blast, and any time that you need a reserve engineer, what Vater's got Litaal's number. Um, so yeah, stars specific. I think the ship combat is now much better and frankly playable in a way that previously I don't think it was. Um, I think that the whole system feels tighter than previously. I think there is still a lot of load because I found myself at one point skimming between talents the ship has, talents the crew have, and then talents that the supporting cast have, the
Yeah.
secondary characters. I I don't know exactly how it's possible to bring all that back to one place. I don't know if it is possible, um, but it is, because remembering the stuff about phaser, the versatile phasers is quite tricky in the moment when you're thinking, well, what's down here on my talents and what's it's there. So I think there is still a bit of load. Um, and I don't know if there's a way to lay out the character keeper in a way that makes that less. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
found myself skipping about quite a bit, particularly as Euros. Don't know. Um, but within the limits, I thought you did a stonking job of keeping us rolling. Because yeah, I mean, momentum and threat. You are spinning a lot of plates still, I think. But maybe it goes with the territory. But no, it's been a ball. Love to play with you all now and again, or any variety of Star Trek. Thank you.
Awesome.
Alan,
Yeah.
one question. Do you mind if I drop Litaal's name in at opportune moments as, oh,
Oh,
I was in contact with Litaal and he said, would that be okay
oh
with you?
gosh, yeah. I mean, Little's been used and
Cool.
abused, I think, in all the series to date, whether he's been here or not. So no, go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. It was great to have Litaal back. I thought you did a really fun job with that. I really enjoyed the ship combat today. It really put me on the spot, forced me to spend my threat, forced me to go hard, and it felt really good, intense. I was glad that the last fight was kind of okay, here's a warm up, and you really did well. And then this one, like, uh, uh, hammer and tongs. So I had a very good time with this today. Thank you all so much. I am going to stop the recording.